Hey, this is Joe Hubbard from JoeHubbardBassVideos.com, and this is the second video in a series of 3 free videos that you've received for just signing up for my mailing list. And I want to extend a huge thanks for you guys signing up for my mailing list, and be sure that you're on the lookout in your inbox for all the periodic updates that are really happening on a daily basis now over at JoeHubbardBassVideos.com. And what I really want you to do is, after watching this video, head on over to my website and sign up for one of the programs that I'm offering there. Okay, today what we're going to discuss is rhythms and rhythmic phrasing. And this basically falls into 3 different categories: even rhythms, syncopated rhythms, and polymetric rhythms. Now, even rhythms are constructed by symmetrically dividing the beat evenly into 2, 3, and 4 count subdivisions. Historically, music from the Western European classical music system utilizes these straight up and down rhythmic groupings, and this translates straight over into the pop and the rock genres. Now, syncopated rhythms are created by displacing those straight up and down rhythms by altering them from a strong beat to a weak beat, or from a strong to weak part of the beat. Now, this is accomplished by a variety of things. One is by accenting the rhythmic subdivisions. Another is by use of rests, and then changing time signatures. Now, world music, notably African, Brazilian, Indian, and Cuban music, is largely responsible for the syncopated music genres in Western music, such as jazz, funk, Latin, and fusion music. Polymetric rhythms are then created by combining 2 or more rhythmic groupings that oppose each other, or opposing time signatures. Okay, so I got a couple of different exercises that I'm going to share with you, and what we're going to do is we're going to take Herbie Hancock's bass line from Chameleon, which I know all of you really already know to some capacity. So if we take that groove, we go 1, 2, 3. Okay, so like I said, I'm sure most of you guys already know that, but what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple of different exercises, and we're going to be counting specific subdivisions and also learning to count the pulse underneath the bass line. This way you're going to really be able to understand how this line should be phrased correctly, and secondly, you're going to gain a deeper understanding of the underlying pulse which occurs over the top of this groove. So what we're going to take a look at initially is how it's phrased. So if we take a look at the first 2 beats of the groove, what we have is a dotted 8th note on the B flat, and then that's followed by a 16th note that goes up to the A flat. And then what happens is that we have an 8th note rest, and then we have an 8th note on the end, and that's played by the B flat here. So it's... And this is the hard part of the groove, to get this right. And also you can cross-relate this to syncopated lines that are like this as well, because this is usually where people have problems. So I would normally count this, if I was just breaking down the rhythms in an even way, to go 1 and to 2 and in this fashion. But if you look at it, this rhythmic grouping is phrased in groups of 3 16th notes. So what we want to do is we want to take the bar of 4/4 and we want to transpose it to a bar of 16/16. And the only reason we want to do that is so every 16th note in the bar is accountable, and we can understand how we can place different accents on those 16th notes to come up with various different grooves. So if we take a look at this, the first note, the dotted 8th note, is actually worth 3 16th notes. And then I have the 1/16th note plus the 8th note rest that follows it. That's also worth 3 16th notes. And then what I have is the 8th note that comes after that, okay, which is worth 2/16 notes. So the idea is, what I get from that is I get a 3 plus 3 plus 2 phrase. And you'll find that this is very common in a lot of funk music, a lot of fusion music, and also a lot of Latin music as well. So what we've got here, if I utilize the counting system of 3 plus 3 plus 2, is I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And then the end of it, I don't even really have to count, because it becomes an even experience. It's the 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. And it's the second part of the bar is really superfluous, because most people can really feel straight up and down rhythms. That isn't the challenging thing. The challenging thing is the syncopation. And this is also the challenging thing when it comes to reading music as well. So just bear that in mind as you're going through these exercises. So if we then add that into the whole pattern, we've got this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. So you can see that now that I understand how to phrase that correctly, I'll never get that groove wrong. It will always be in that pocket, and that's what that's about. That's the understanding, that whole thing that people go in the pocket. It's understanding how the subdivisions are actually phrased, okay? So the deal is that we also want to be able to count the underlying pulse. This is the second exercise. So what I want you to do is be able to play this when you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Now, here's the deal with this, is that note that what's going to be hard, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, that's not going to be hard. And I don't want you to count 1 and 2 and, or 1 and to 2 and. I just want you to count the pulse, because I want you to be able to feel the rhythmic subdivisions against that pulse. After you've gone through the rhythmic phrasing exercise, I want you to go to this one and then really feel that strong sense of the pulse against what you're playing. Okay, this is vitally important. So what we've got here is the challenging part is the first part of the bar. And what happens is, what people do is they go 1, 2, 3. You see what I mean? 1, 2, 3. They tend to count with what they're playing. But if you look at this, I've got 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. So after this, I've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That's what's hard about it. So again, when you're counting this, do this really slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then put it all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Now, it seems like that's really easy, but actually, guys, this is really hard. So what I really want you to do is get into this, practice this. You've got 2 different concepts that you can work with. And don't just limit it to the line and chameleon. Find some like cool syncopated groove, maybe a Tower Power line or a Jamiroquai groove, and then put that against these 2 concepts, both the rhythmic phrasing exercise, and then just the counting of the underlying pulse. And I'm sure that you'll find that you're going to get some fantastic results. This is going to improve your feel, it's going to improve your sense of time, it's going to improve your groove. Just these three things. Note that I did nothing here today with a metronome. I just used my internal clock. As long as your sense of the pulse is correct with what you're actually playing, that's okay. And you can also do this at varying tempos. It doesn't matter, you know, just slow it down, or it can, you know, it can move. There can be an ebb and a flow with tempo, as long as the relationship between the notes that you're playing and the pulse is correct. So take this one with you. I hope you enjoyed this lesson, and if it has really helped you in any way, please get on over to my website right now, joehubbardbassvideos.com, and sign up for a program that best suits you. Take care.